What you need to know about your business plan. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today, a special note that I was left. It's kind of mysterious, isn't it? It says to B. Well, I'm B, Brian, so it must be for me. So I opened it up. And oh my, what do we have here? It's a treasure map. You know how I know? Because X marks the spot. You know how else I know? Because the person that made this for me told me about it. This is my son Tyler. He's 6 years old. He made me a treasure map. You see, you start here, you go all the way over here, and here's the X. And it's a funny thing because I remember being a kid making treasure maps. And before we ever even had anything, I mean, eventually we started putting things together and burying it and tried to make real treasure maps showing, okay, first you go here, then you go here. And we had, landscape to show you exactly where it was. And we would bury something and make treasure maps. We did this at my, with my grandmother and my cousins. We had a little club where we got a coffee tin and we put coins in it and I think coins and a couple drawings and something else, but it was a old aluminum coffee tin, but it was aluminum, a little aluminum coffee canister with the plastic lid, and we took that and we buried it. Well, we had somebody help us. We had someone help us bury it, and we put it pretty deep. Well, what ended up happening is they ended up forgetting that it was out there, and they moved a bunch of dirt around. We never found it again, but we had treasure maps and everything. I remember as a kid making a treasure map, and there was always this allure to the treasure map. To finding the treasure map is what you really want to do, is find an actual treasure map. And maybe if I could draw it, it will come to me in some form. But that whole idea, there's two things I wanted to bring up about that. One is there's a mentality that follows us, and if you're a business owner, you'll recognize it. You'll probably recognize this in some point, either in yourself or in the people that you work with. And that's the idea that there's this treasure out there waiting for you. That all you need is the map. All you need is the map, and boy, you can just go out and find the treasure, and it's just this surprise. It doesn't take hardly any effort, because it falls in your lap, this magical treasure map, the type of Goonies type thing that is out there, and from the movies and cartoons of our childhood. And but it's this fantasy. It follows us into adulthood, that we think that we're just going to happen. We're going to trip upon the map. We're going to trip upon the chest that's barely sticking out of the dirt, that's filled with gold, and all our wildest dreams will come true. And it's just going to happen to us. That it's just something that just happens. And it's something I think eventually you need to grow out of, because it's that it follows us and it becomes lottery mentality. What I like to call lottery mentality is the thing that if I just get the lucky numbers, if I come to just the right place to where I get what I'm owed type of deal. And I think it sets up the wrong perception with business, as if it's something that is just magical that happens to you. And I mean, there's a lot of parts of business that are luck oriented or opportunity oriented, or you might even say, destiny or being blessed or something. That's there for certain, but it's more of like the map. And then you got to find the spot, and then you got to dig, and that's where all the effort comes in that they never talk about in the movies and the treasure islands and so forth. They never talk about the real effort it takes to mine for the gold, So the map is only part of the equation. It's not the magic that you're really after. The other thing though is the thing I always enjoyed about the treasure map. The concept of the treasure map is that you have a plan, you have a direction. It's not perfect, but it gives you some idea of where to go to find what you're after. And that's a part that's actually realistic. That's a part that reality really comes into play, because And so many of us, I think we get going and we think that if I just keep digging here, gold is going to magically appear because I've put so much effort into it. But it's not about the effort that you put into it. It's that you're digging in the right spot to begin with. It's that you've had a step-by-step process that's led you there. You have to have some sort of a map. You do have to do all the right things. It's not just about the effort. And it's not just about the opportunity landing on you. It's about both of them. It's about having the effort and the practice in place so that once the opportunity arrives, it all happens for you. And having that plan in place is something that most of us just don't have. We start ahead with a plan, oftentimes a business plan, and we're always pushed on you. From the very beginning, you got to have a plan. I think at the beginning is the least necessary spot to have a plan. What you need is a plan when you're down in it and when you've found all the spots that don't have any gold in them. And I'm talking metaphorically here, but you have all these places that you've been looking to make things completely take off for you, and you just haven't found it yet. Not that you haven't been successful, I'm sure you have. In fact, my clients, I tend to only work with people that have had a certain amount of success. If not, there's always kind of the chip on their shoulder, and they're just looking for that initial success, and sometimes there's a whole lot of self-defeating things that hold you back from doing it. And there's ways around that, but we're not going to deal with that today. What I want to talk about is the fact that you've got stuff that you've done well up till now. You've had the success. The question is, how do you continue it? And you have to be able to step back and look at the big picture and develop a roadmap. That's what strategy is all about. That's why I call myself a business strategist. I help people design roadmaps. If it's one of the type of things that you'd be interested in doing, then go check out brianjpombo.com. There's on that website, we've got all these videos and audio podcasts that you can go back and listen to, going all the way back to last year. We've got over 300 in the can. We're getting darn close to 365 days worth, nearly every single day, putting out a video and audio podcast for Brian J. Pombo Live. Go check that out. Also, while you're over there, check out brianjpombo.com/Amazon for the Amazon Proof Strategy session. It's all about how to completely get rid of competition, or at least the idea of competition in your own mind for your business. Go check that out, brianjpombo.com/Amazon. Hey, have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.